We presented a budget, don't forget, that didn't raise the income tax, didn't raise sales taxes, didn't raise rooms and meals taxes. They've stuck with that, so I'm grateful to them for that. But I think that if we get overly irrational in raising cigarette taxes, that we're going to find that we lose more revenue than we gain. Now, there's a line somewhere. Where the magic line is, we'll find out. But it's definitely, my judgment is that $1 a pack is just too high.
Is the cigarette tax increase a deal breaker?
No, but the lower the better. I think what's been lost sight of perhaps in this debate is when we use the assessment on healthcare providers to help balance our budget, we're drawing down federal dollars to pay for bills in Vermont. That was the technique that we used in the budget that we presented in January. People say, you're taxing hospitals. No, we're not actually. We have for years had a financial arrangement where we work together with our healthcare providers to draw down more federal dollars, and then we return those dollars, most of them, to the hospitals and to our providers. So there's a real difference between a tax and a assessment that draws down federal dollars, and I chose to go the route of drawing down more federal dollars so that Vermont taxpayers were spared. We should use the mechanisms that we have available to us to draw down as many federal dollars as we can, as long as we can, because we know that that means that those dollars aren't coming out of Vermont taxpayers' pockets. And I think President Obama came out with a proposal last week that's smart. It makes reductions in spending at the same time that it asks wealthy people in all 50 states to pay more. That is good public policy. There's no question that the rich are paying less than they were when President Clinton was in office, and they do have low taxes. The only thing I want to remind you of is that when I flew down to Washington last week with my Secretary of Administration, we went down to try to figure out whether the press reports that we were reading about the impact of the 2011 cuts to Vermont were true. We got down there and found out that President Obama had done a much better job negotiating the 2011 deal with the Republicans in Congress than our reports back home, let's put it that way. That the impact on Vermont, while not insignificant, was much less severe than what we thought when we got on the plane. So all I can say is we forget in this debate, when we hear from all the folks that drank too much tea, that we have a Democratic president and a Democratic Senate, and they care about many of the same priorities that we do. So we can't really speculate accurately. So I suggest we all stop speculating this. It's hard to grow jobs when employees don't have affordable housing. And as you know, Vermont is the model for the nation of how to do affordable housing. So when Tea Party folks say, you know, they're trying to create jobs, and then they're cutting off that sector of the economy, it's a huge public policy mistake, and we just got to keep reminding them of that and hope that we do the best we can in a 2012 budget so they don't make draconian mistakes that are going to reduce job growth and promote economic stagnation. Well, we're in constant communication with them. They are obviously dealing with a pretty tough situation that, frankly, they haven't had to deal with before, which is more ideology coming out of the Tea Party Congress than cooperative spirit to get good things done. And it's a tough environment.